Hi, I'm Peter Knight. Today I want to talk about a lesson I want to give to Ritchie. Ritchie's a left-hander, but I'm not, so we're going to be doing it right-handed. Now, it's about how the lead arm works both at address and then also during the swing and what it can cause. And I'm sure that those of you who are watching, there's a lot of you who are going to find some similarities in the patterns of your swing. So when I set myself up, one of the things that's really quite common is that a player will set themselves up and their lead arm almost looks bent and rotated out. So if I set myself up normally, my left elbow, my lead arm, is going to point toward my left hip. If I stand completely upright, I have no problem whatsoever having my left arm pointed to my left hip. But my palm now is facing out. Now I've got, as you will have, plenty of rotation through that forearm so that you can turn your forearm without moving your elbow whatsoever. Which means that when you take hold of the club, if you set your elbow first, rotate your hand around without moving your elbow, and then put your hand on the club, that will set your hand properly. Now, it's not just your elbow, but a lot of the time the shoulder will roll as well. So just make sure that you're retaining good posture at address, elbows pointed toward the hip, and then the hands on the club without the elbow twisting. That's the first part. The second part, as the club goes back, if there's this rolling with the arm, which usually comes from the address position, as the club goes back, when I get to here, my forearms, like if I put a club across my forearms, it'd be level. When I swing the club back correctly, I get back to that same point, and now you can see my right forearm is still higher than my left. And they don't become level until later during the backswing. Not only that, but the rolling can affect the shaft of the club. So start off first of all by getting the left arm, left elbow and left shoulder set correctly. And then as you start the backswing, start it back and make sure that it doesn't roll. One other clue that the arm is rolling a lot is that if I go back, notice the gap I've got here between my left upper arm and my chest. When I swing the club back correctly, there isn't a gap. And it's not because I'm holding the club against my chest, it's just that I've moved back correctly from a good start position. So check that start position, at address, shoulders back in good posture, left elbow's pointed to the left hip, and then as you begin your backswing, just keep the left elbow for the first part of the backswing pointing to the left hip. So again, I don't get that roll. Give that a go if you notice any rolling movement that you've got in your own swing.